Hey everybody, this is Kurt the Consultant. Today I have a interesting video for you. It's mainly towards people who are trying to pick, where they're going to buy the tool. There's a term that is used very loosely, which is customer support. And what I'm going to do in this video is share with you the difference between customer support and client support. So let me just show you. It's actually really interesting. I found a YouTuber, and his channel's name is Joe's Auto Electric. And I was, answering some questions on my YouTube page, and I saw this on the related videos, and he was basically doing a video on how his Autel 908 was broke. So I checked it out because I wanted to see if it's something that it's a new problem that I probably haven't been exposed to, or if this is something that I see quite frequently. So yeah, I checked it out, and I read the description. I'm just going to read it for you. So it says, for those of you with the Autel scanners, here are some of my thoughts and experiences with them. I have owned 3 altogether and recently bought an Elite. I feel that the lack of repair services offered is a downer, but the software works very well most of the time. It certainly does more than most other scan tools on the market. I'm not a fan of the policies of the company, but oh well, it is what it is. So I just wanted to take a look, and I'm just going to share it with you guys. And he's going to also explain how the warranty works. So just pay attention.
Alright guys, I wanted to talk about a problem I was having the last few months, 9 months or so, whatever it was, 8 months with a Autel. The 908 series, the power button's up on top of the unit, and for the last so many months or so I was attempting to turn the machine on or off, and it wouldn't respond. So, the way Autel works is that if you don't have a update, if you don't buy updates from them, there's no warranty on these units after the initial warranty period expires. So, if you have a 1 year, when you buy it, if you have 1 year free updates and 1 year of warranty, right? It goes hand in hand. Some of them they offer 2 years. 2 years depends on the promotion or whatever they're giving.
All right, so this is a rule of thumb, okay? There are different offers available in terms of 1 year update and 2 year updates. Usually the stage 2 tools, if they're US based, they get 1 year update as of this video, as of the date and time right now. The stage 2 tools, if it's a US model, okay, the Elite, that one gets 2 years free update. A US Pro, that one gets 1 year free update. So it's hard for people who aren't experts on the origins of the tools, what contracts have been negotiated between each regions, to know if the tool is a US version or or if it's an international version. You guys really couldn't tell. You only will find out after the sale, but let me just continue.
But after that period expires, you have to buy updates for it each year. And this does work like other scan tools as well. So, Snap-on does the same thing. You have to buy updates. Now, you don't have to buy updates. You know what I mean? Depending on what you're seeing in your shop, you don't obviously need to update to the current latest information all the time. Okay, that's it's an expense that sometimes you don't need. You know what I mean? Now the messed up situation here is that as our machine went out of warranty, that's when I started having problems with the switch. Now my options were $800 or $900, whatever it costs for the update, and they would warranty the machine. I could send it in on the warranty if I decided to buy the updates. What I realized was the problem with the machine wasn't anything significant. It was a switch. The power switch is bad, and I'm going to show you in a second. But I want to kind of explain what my thinking is here. Okay, I called up Autel and asked if they would allow me to send the machine in and have them update. I'm sorry, not update. If they could take the machine and replace the switch. And I was basically informed that if you buy the warranty, then you could send it in and we'll determine whether the unit is good, bad, or whatever. We'll update it for you here while it's here, to the current software. If it's no good, we'll just get you another machine at some sort of discounted price or something like that. Was basically what I got from them. Now, my thoughts here is that if you have a switch that's faulty in the machine, why can't you just replace the switch for me? I'll pay you. I'm not looking for anything for free. I understand it's out of warranty, whatever. It's fine. Even though the switch they use is a complete piece of garbage. That's beside the point. How about update nothing? How about I send it in, you charge me $150 for the 30-cent switch that's in the thing, and I'll pay you and you fix it, whatever the case is, and that's it. And my machine is up and running again. Well, they didn't agree. So they said that they don't do that. You have to buy the update. So basically, you have to buy this update, or you're on your own with the machine. So I said, okay, fine. So I lived with it.
So I'm just going to pause this here. So what I want you guys to also consider when you're buying from somebody, each, let's say, distributor has their own policy on how they resolve issues like this. So I think in his case, they require you to have a valid subscription in order to handle those hardware situations. Even though you're going to get updates for your tool, but if there's a hardware problem, you need a valid subscription. Okay, not everybody works that way, but I could say 90%, depending on if you're a U.S. client, that's how your policy is going to be set up. All right, but it's an individual thing.
Having to tamper with the switch, get it to work here and there, or whatever. And finally, not too long after this, started acting up with I don't know, maybe a few months down the road, the switch, I started having issues with the screen not responding. And trying to swipe it, it wouldn't respond. Having trouble with that. So I said, okay, well, I'm having nothing but, issues going on here. So the switch is the main concern because that's most of the time what causes the problem. So what I decided to do was I decided to order a new machine, and I decided at the same time that I have nothing to lose with this machine, being that the power switch at this point won't work at all. And I decided, to hell with it, I'm going to take it apart. And warranty be damned, I don't care. So I took it apart, and it's actually not difficult at all, just a bunch of screws to take out, really, to take the case off. But obviously when you open it up, you have to be careful. There's ribbon cables in there. There's 2 ribbon cables that connect to the board, and there's one with a snap connect that I didn't video this because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. There's a snap connect that goes from the screen to the board, so it's got a lock tab. It's pretty chintzy inside, in my opinion, but what do I know? This is what I wanted to show you, though. This is the switch right here. I don't know if you guys can.
So I'm just gonna fast forward it a bit.
Focus in on the switch here. Wires that were existing for the old switch, and guess what happened? My Autel works. Now, as far as the screen, I'm still having issues, like it's not working now, but that's okay. I don't care about that. I'll show you why I don't care about that.
Guys like MacGyver.
Autel has a USB. Plug in a mouse. And there's your Autel that's fully functional again. Alright, So I'm not saying that you guys should go and take these things apart if you have a problem. I mean, you're better off obviously if you have a warranty. But my thinking is that for the money that they're going to pay for an update on, I didn't need an update on this. I didn't need it. For the money that you're going to pay for a switch that's literally worth nothing, okay? You could probably go buy these switches on eBay for, you know, a 100-pack for $1 or something. These are garbage, and that's where it's going, in the garbage. But this is just a point that I'm trying to make here, is that it can be fixed if the switch goes bad. You just have to be careful when you open the case up, and I opted to do that because I'm not spending $900 or whatever the hell it is for updates because the switch went bad.
So I'm going to stop the video here, but what he's saying makes common sense. I mean, let me give you an analogy. That's like you bought a new car. You know, the car comes with a warranty, and let's say the car is out of warranty. You know, the dealership will still work on your car. You're just gonna have to pay a lot of money for it, you know? So I don't know. I completely agree with this guy. So this is what I call, you know, customer support. There's nothing wrong with it. Even though I wouldn't like my client to be in this situation, I wouldn't be proud of it, you know, especially he's a professional. And, you know, if one of his clients comes in and sees that he has like a mouse and, you know, a power button that's been, you know, modified and stuff, like, I don't know, like, you want to be professional. Like, the way I look at it is, when my client works on a car, it's almost like he's going to war. And his weapon needs to be, you know, on par. It can't be like this, you know? And, you know, as a consultant, I feel like I take responsibility for that. And yeah, reading the comments below, a lot of the people on his channel were just like, wow, man, that sucks. Like, man, you know, and even though, you know, he didn't buy the tool from me, I still felt bad in a weird way, because I know there's a lot of people like him getting the same problem. So what I want to do now is I just want to show you a situation where my client was out of warranty, and I'm just going to explain how I handled it. Alright, so this is my support and repairs app, and I use this app all the time. So client will call me and I will fill in this form. I have all my client's information, and I'll put the service type. So software problem is like, I don't know, if the tablet's running slow, or if we're, you know, trying to execute something and we find that it's not working, you know. Let's say this happens a lot too, where people update the tool and your VCI doesn't work, or your, you know, the version previously worked better for you. That's software problem. Hardware problem has to deal with, you know, like how the gentleman works. So this is my client. Here's a description. My client, who has a Maxisys Pro, was telling me that the tablet was glitchy and kicking him out when he was doing programming procedures. So I told him to reformat the tablet by going to the settings and doing a system reset. After he did this, he tried to connect to the Wi-Fi button, and it would not allow him to turn it on. I somehow logged in on TeamViewer, and because I think I told him to direct connect his tablet to his router, and that's how I was able to, you know, get Wi-Fi on it. So yeah, then when we updated the tool, we clicked update, and there was an update. After it downloaded, we tried to install and it failed, and then the Wi-Fi button wouldn't turn on at all. Okay, so this is what I do. I'll put this in, and then I'll send this to my engineer, and they'll tell me right off the bat, okay, what the problem is. And if it's a hardware problem, this is the process. So first, it'll be selected as waiting for a response. Once it gets a response from the engineer and says, Kurt, it needs to be sent for repairs, I'll then select the shipping instructions, and it will tell the client precisely on how to ship the tool. Okay, like step-by-step instructions. Okay, And then after that, there'll be another link where the client will upload their tracking information. And then all this time, the client's being updated. Okay, when it gets to Autel and everything till it closes. So in the background, let me just explain what happened. The relationship I have with Autel is phenomenal because we have a system where it's clockwork. They use my app to get all the client's information up front. And then second, they prioritize my order, and there's a link of communication. I'll tell my client, hey, your tool has arrived. It's being repaired. We would say within a week it should be done. So this is the email that I got. The Maxisys Pro is out of warranty. Customer needs to pay for the broken parts. Our sales assistant, Lenny, will tell you the price later. Customer needs to pay for the touchscreen, front shell, and Ethernet port. All right. So I got the quotation. I paid on behalf of the client. And then what I realized is when we reformatted his tool, it took off all the car manufacturer apps. So it had nothing on there. And I asked him, I said, hey, the Pro had no software on it. Can you check to see if you're going to put back on the apps? They didn't have to do this because it was out of warranty. Normally you would have to buy that subscription of, $1,200 and then you'll get that on there. But what I was able to do is get a, good service. I was able to have the software, the latest software back on his tablet. All right. Now, this is the same problem. It wasn't the exact same problem, but the problem he has with the power button, I've had that happen a couple of times before. All right. But my point is you can see the difference between customer support and client support. You can see how I'm able to do things for the best interest of the client. I understand his pain point, and I don't work that way. And that's why I was telling you guys in the beginning, depending on who you buy from, they all have their own policies. Okay. So this is just something to think about when you're, trying to decide, okay, how, when I get in this situation, because you will, how do you want it to be addressed? If you wanted to, have the customer service experience, you can do that. But if you want a more, let's say, detailed specialization on after the sale, I can help you do that. All right. So that's it, guys. I don't want to keep it too long. If you guys want to call for a consultation, my number is 844-210-9020. We'll talk. I'll understand your needs and stuff, and then, hopefully get you set up and ready to go. Thanks so much for your support, you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.